the revolutionary ankle lock system, an integrated brace built into the boots, delivering unrivaled support, protecting ligaments from twists, tears, and trauma.
Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and R-Kings, one of my favourite people at the minute to interview, always available, Antonio Tarver. Antonio, look, I'm going to get straight to the point. Do skills pay the bills, or does weight advantage, which is more important? Because we talk about Crawford moving up in weight, but then everyone goes, yeah, but he's got the skill. Does one outweigh the other? Does it meet in the middle?
I think skill and talent might be, I think I take that over the weight for this fight. Meaning, I think Crawford's going to be able to move, a lot more and better than these guys Canelo has been facing lately. So I think Canelo's going to have to get back on his footwork. He's going to have to learn how to cut that ring off effectively and stay close to Crawford.
We've seen in the past, I think the past few fights, as you get older, you know yourself, things change. Canelo's become more calculated, but that means he hasn't been maybe as active cutting the ring off. Do you see that as a problem for him? Because when you look at the last few fights of William Skull, maybe one of the criticisms was that obviously with Skull being on the back foot trying to move, that he wasn't really pressing. Now that could be down to motivation for the fight, knowing what's coming after, a lot of things, but he has to get back on that, doesn't he?
I believe so, yeah. I think throwing combinations at Crawford could maybe allow him to slip one in that he might not see. But that one punch at a time, he's going to have to definitely increase that with a guy like Crawford. He's too intelligent. You're not going to, set a trap or have him. You're not going to counter him with one punch. You're going to have to throw a combination to get him.
Hearing a lot of the narrative is that Crawford has the ability to adapt and move in this fight and moving up in weight. Not a lot of people are talking about him stopping Canelo for obvious reasons. He's been in with the likes of Gennady Golovkin, Miguel Cotto, the list goes on and on. Do you foresee a scenario where Terence moving up in weight could force a stoppage? Would age play a part in this? Do you see that?
Well, everybody, we're going to have to see where Canelo is at. If Saul show up, I think that's his alter ego, you feel me? And we haven't seen Saul since Caleb Plant. I think that active Canelo needs to show up Saturday night. If the guy showed up for the last 3 fights, I think he gets his head boxed off, personally. You know what I mean? And if Crawford can hurt him, he's going to finish him.
I'm going to ask you.
If he can hurt Canelo, he's going to finish Canelo.
Your heart of hearts, so you believe he can hurt him?
I say if he can hurt Canelo. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But if he can hurt Canelo, he can stop Canelo.
As someone who's been part of many fights, and I don't want to say this in a disrespectful way, but you go into a fight and the bookies have their favourites. You've been there back against the wall where, look, he's sat over there, Roy Jones, where they're like, Roy Jones, the best thing, one of the greatest of all times. And he is, was, whichever. But you went in there and proved a point. Do you think that mentality of Crawford coming into maybe the booze, the grand arrival, the way he came up, where people maybe not actively wanting to fight him, can he use that going into this going, look, nobody's creating almost an opponent in his own mind going, nobody's expecting this. I'm moving up in weight against pound for pound one of the best over the past 10 years. I am one of the pound for pound best, but people are expecting him to win. Does that add fuel to the fire? Because you can prove a lot of people wrong as well as proving yourself right.
Most definitely, and I think that's that chip that Crawford lives with on his shoulder. And I can attest to that because I had one on mine. You understand? No matter what we did, we never felt like we was appreciated for our work. You understand? And that's a tough pill to carry around. Now, one win away, it may never be the way he wanted it to be. But I think the majority of the people has already stated that if he's able to defeat Canelo, not let alone stop him, just defeat him clean and clean.
Yeah.
He's the best fighter of all time, bro. 3-time undisputed. Come on, bro.
So, right, let me get into this. I spoke to Jim Gray. I spoke to a lot of people, and I had this argument with a couple of people yesterday. I don't want to put mine on air because there's so many good fighters, and I almost think sometimes it's hard to compare errors because sometimes you don't have that dance partner. I feel like you did. You had a lot of good fighters then. It's like, when there's emphasis now today, it normally used to be on the O, and, it's carefully selected fighters, whereas he sort of took everyone on, whether he had them at the right time or not. Throwback proper, a legitimate throwback fighter. Does he, for you, I know you've alluded to it, does a victory mean he is the best of all time in your eyes?
In my eyes, it does, because that makes him The man is moving up 2 weights and challenging Canelo Alvarez, bro. It's not like he's challenging, anybody. He's challenging the face of boxing, and some consider the GOAT. So, bro, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, possibly, even now. Right now, they're saying that. So, if Crawford can stop him, something Mayweather wasn't even able to do, something GGG wasn't able to do, something Bivol wasn't able to do, who we talking about? The greatest fighter of all times.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. He's 1,000,000% now in them conversations, but for you, he ranks above them.
I mean, not saying that he can beat all those fighters. It's a different era, but I'm saying with his accomplishments, 3-time undisputed, and then you got Canelo head on one of them plaques. You feel me? That's what makes him the best of all time, I think.
Let me just pivot away from this just a little bit. I want to talk about what we're seeing happening in boxing at the minute. We're seeing a lot of exhibitions. I want to get your opinion. And look, you know yourself, your old opponent sat over there in Roy Jones Jr. We're seeing Mike Tyson. I don't want to say allegedly, they've both announced it. Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson exhibition. Amazing. Now, I look at that and go, I never thought I'd get to cover a Floyd Mayweather fight. I've been lucky enough to be to 2 exhibitions thinking, this is great. I mean, I wish I'd have seen him in his prime. But what do you make of that? Him and Mike Tyson, I know they earn the money, and I don't want to take that away from them, but you're also seeing Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. I mean, it screams just mega event. But what do you make of it? Is it good for the sport? Do you like it because of the eyes it brings? You against it because it's not maybe a competitive fight? What is your honest opinion on it?
I don't know if it's good for the sport. We'll see, but I know it's good for them. It's good for them, everybody involved. They're getting paid astronomical type money, and they're getting, you feel me, the attention and the eyes. Come on, Netflix is crazy, bro.
Can I ask you, this era of boxing, I think fighters, you did it the hard way. I know other people do it the hard way. And I mean, you must look now going, wow, if I was around this era, I'd have made hundreds of M's moving forward, because you taught, you fight, you got the accomplishments. But does now, in this day and age, does the financial side almost go above the legacy and belts? You hear a lot of people, Floyd said it, belts collect dust, and he can say that because he's got loads of them. So he can almost say, well, that but for the people who haven't got world titles and they've got the money on the side, is it changed boxing now where people are looking at it as, well, if I can get in, have that one fight, like Tank, he's making a bag in that fight. I get why he's doing it, but does that almost overshadow now that maybe that hunger to become the best in a competitive sport?
Well, I believe the game is still the same. It's how these guys are approaching it now. You know what I mean? If you got a good gimmick, that might be better than some real skill set. If you got a good gimmick nowadays, and it depends on who you can sell it to. But I believe being the best still has its rewards, bro. And that's what I'm all about, being the best. I don't know nothing else. You understand? We don't know nothing else. That's what we train for, to be the best, bro.
Last one from me. I know you're in and around boxing all the time. You're gracious to give me and many people here some of your time, which I appreciate. Do you ever look and go, when's someone going to call me out for an exhibition? When am I going to get that little bag before we, just one last little sail off into the sunset moment? Are you open to that? Are you happy?
I'm happy, of course, bro. I'm happy, of course. But I'm always willing to do something interesting. I mean, I don't know why my name hadn't been called. Yes, I do. My name don't get called, bro. My name don't get called for none of that action, bro.
Still want the smoke?
I ain't never turned down no smoke, bro. You know that. I'm the fireman. I put out the smoke.
Yeah, let's end it there. Antonio Tarver, I appreciate your time.
The revolutionary ankle lock system, an integrated brace built into the boots, delivering unrivaled support, protecting ligaments from twists, tears, and trauma.